Okay, it's all in the title. Going to do an oil change on my v-strom 250. And it'd be simple enough, apart from someone's put a bash plate in the way, and then someone, hello, put engine bars on as well. And I've tried all manner of angles to get the new filter up and in and over and any little hole that it might fit through, and it doesn't. So if that one doesn't fit in, the old one won't come out. So bash plate's got to come off. So that's it really. Take the bash plate off, oil and filter change. I'll take the bash plate out the way before I run the engine to warm it up, I think, being that I'm going to be in close proximity to the exhaust. But yeah, apart from that, it should be quite straightforward. But thank you, Suzuki, for not leaving us enough room to get the oil filters off. Marvellous. Anyway, only got to worry about that every 3,500 miles. Right, I'll get some spanners together and I'll start taking it apart. So, a 6mm, oh, take the black caps off first. 6mm at the front. I think I'm going to have to loosen it off the engine mount as well, just to give myself some flexibility. This engine bar didn't quite fit when I first got it, and I did a deal with the people I bought it off. They gave me, I think it was about 30 or 40 quid off, and which just meant I had to, I say just, heat it up and bend it so it would fit. The one at the back is an 8mm. Yeah, so it took a little bit of fettling and farting around to get on. There is a lip, I think. Right, I'm going to take the bolts out the other side and then see if I can just take the belly pan off without removing the engine bar. Just doesn't want to ping off that other side, but ultimately that's off enough to get this filter out the front here. So yeah, I think I'll leave that as it is, and then I won't have to undo the engine mount. So next thing to do, start it up, warm the oil, and then drain it all out. Okay, got the drain pan there, 17mm spanner for the drain plug, but first of all, warm it up. And I'll just run that for a minute or two just to get some movement on the oil, some warmth. Did the valves yesterday. Quite proud. Quite proud it still runs after doing the valves. Anyway, I'll let that run for a little while and I'll bring you back. Right, that's the oil up to some sort of temperature. Make it a bit more fluid. And then with the camera in the way, as per normal, undo this 17 bolt, sump plug, cat's can in the way, and then let the oil flow. It's a little bit tight, isn't it? No magnetic sump plug. Bit tight, Suzuki. Anyway, I'll let that drain a bit. Okay, sump's nearly empty. Oh, wrong way. That way. Oh, that was fairly loose. Oh, exhaust is a bit warm still. And at the moment that is falling directly between the exhausts, that oil. I know it's going to falter in a minute and go all over my exhaust, but at the moment I'm not going to have that exhausty cloud of burnt oil coming up through my nostrils. Well, I'll just let that drain a bit more and then I'll take the filter off, which is probably when I'll spill it all over the exhaust. But such is life. Yeah, see, now I've got it on the exhaust. Useless. That's the old one off. Leave that draining into the oil collector for a little while and then get the new one ready. Okay, that's just dripping now, so I'm going to put some fresh oil around the top ring, around the top O-ring, which will allow it to slide on the face of the engine. If it's dry, it tends to bind up early and you'll get a false feeling of it being seated. I think that's how it goes. So you put a bit of oil on there and it will keep turning until it actually goes tight. So now stick that on. I like to go just on the hand tight. Oh, by the way, the one that came off, let's pan you out a bit, was a high filtro racing racing v-strom 250 racing filter, and it's a HF138 RC racing. Oh, people kid themselves. The Suzuki one that's just gone on, this is a genuine Suzuki part, is part number 16510-07J00, which funny enough fits on my GSX-R 1000 and my GSX-S 1000 as well. I don't know, you just expect more. Just expect more coming out being the power of the Gixxus and the Gixxer, but no, it's the same one. Right, that's sort of pinched. Right, that's pinched. I think they recommend in the book, I think on the Gixxer it's get it touching and then 2 complete turns. I just wind it up with my hand, don't use any spanners or anything until I feel comfortable with it. And I've yet to have problems with that. Next, I need to put my sump plug back in, so I've taken the old crush washer off and replaced it with copper washer. I'll just wipe the face off. It says still dripping. Not me, the bike. Although I'll do that up and give it a pinch. Something like that should do. Okay, stuff some oil in it. And the oil of choice to put back in the v-strom 250 is Castrol Power One. 10W40. So I'll decant some of this into my handy 1 litre Dewberry. 1 litre Dewberry. Yeah, I did for ages buy the litre, and is that the right way? Feels it. I used to buy it by the litre, but recently I found how expensive that particular method is, so now I've gone over to buying it. Well, I say now, that sounds like I've done it for ages. I haven't. This is the first 20 litre canister I've bought, but it means it comes out at £6, £6.40 a litre, £6.30 a litre, something like that. Whereas I was paying, I don't know, it was expensive. One thing I did forget to mention is I take the filler cap off, just in case there's any sort of vacuum caused by the oil coming out. It allows the oil to come out quicker, and people believe it drains more, or it drains more quicker. So it's just a habit, but I forgot to show you that, but I took that off. So I'll start, what is it, 2,100 millilitres. So this is 1,000 millilitres ish. Okay, that's a litre. I'm going to put a load more in this and put another litre in. Although that says 2,100 millilitres there, I think it's about 0.4 for a, I was going to say fuel filter, oil filter. So it wants about 2,500 ml of oil. So I'll stick a couple of these in, probably about 2,200. Yeah, 2,200, and then get the bike down, level it out and see where it comes to, start it up, run it through the filter and that, and then see if we need some more. But first, stick some more in here. So that's about 2,200 millilitres, and it's just on the low, but the bike's tilted forward. So when get that back wheel down, level it out, I think we might have a bit more in there, but I'll get the bike down and see. Clear some of this stuff away. Trouble is the ramp isn't quite flat. It does slope towards this front end, so I don't know whether when I flatten it, it will take that play up and it will flatten it out, but we'll see. I'll do a bit of tidying up, drop it down and have a look. A little bit jerry-rigged. I put the level on it, and as I said, it was leaning towards the front, so I've put the front wheel up on a bit of wood, and now when I put the level across from the wood to the back tray, I've got a level bubble. Again, it's all just thereabouts, so I don't have to take it all the way off the stand, get a completely flat bit of floor and check it all. But bring the bike up straight, about there on the balance, and that's giving me a level of full. So I'm now going to run it and allow some flow, some oil flow through the filter, and then recheck it after it's drained down again. and only a low fuel warning light. So I'll leave that ticking for a little while. Well, not ticking because I've done the valves. And then okay, that's enough to circulate the oil. I'll let that drain down again and I'll recheck it, and then I'll see where we are, where I am after that little run. Okay, giving that a while to drain, and now we've got nothing in the window, and it's falling off my bit of wood. Okay, that's had a while to drain back down again. Get that on the level, and we've got nothing in the window, and I can force it at a strange angle. So I want a bit more in there. I'll give it another, I don't know, a couple of 100 litres. Couple of 100 litres. That would possibly be too much. That's about 125 millilitres. Let's see where that's gone. What's that? That's about 250 millilitres. 53, about 400 extra, which is the oil filter. We're between the marks. I'll give it a little bit more and call it quits until I've got it outside. Put the filler cap back on. I left this off on my v-strom, was it v-strom 1000 when I first done the shed. The mess that comes out of there. Wow. Right, that's about balanced about there, and that's showing just below full, so that'll do. So I'm going to pump it back up in the air. No, I will run it again and make sure there's no leaks before I put the bash plate back on. So I'll leave that running for a minute and then check it for leaks and come back to you when I'm putting the bash plate on, I think. Right, that's run. I'll just turn off my extractor fan. It's a powerful old thing, but it's bloody noisy. So that's run for a while, and now all I've got to do is get these back together. Hopefully that hasn't gone out of alignment. Right, just get the other two in the other side, just to make sure I can. Okay, I think you can imagine the rest. My battery's just about to die, and I don't want to go in the house and get another battery. But yes, there you go, that's me doing an oil change on my v-strom 250. Well, oil and filter change, sorry. and I will take it outside and doubly check levels, but overall, sorry, I'm happy with that. So thanks for watching, and hope that's helped someone or been entertaining or whatever. Leave a comment, like and share, all them other things. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you again. Ta-ra.